Hello, thank you for joining me for this lower body Pilates workout. These sequences that are coming up next are all completely equipment free. All you need is your mat or a towel. Let's get started. We start lying down on your mat with your knees bent and your heels heavy to the mat. Take a couple of big deep breaths in laterally to activate your core and keep your heels about hip distance apart. Hands by your side, take an inhale, exhale, scoop the belly, imprint your lower back as you start to take that little tilt of the pelvis and drive all the way up to that hip roll. As you inhale, hold, exhale, lower down to the mat, link by link, one vertebrae at a time until your tailbone taps the floor. Quick breath in and exhale, come all the way back up again. Now you want to think about lengthening through those hip flexors as you come up to the top. Nice. Really feel as though you're lengthening those quads out. Knees are pointing directly over your toes. They're not flaring out to the side. You can keep it slow if you like. Otherwise, we're going to speed it up a little. Here we go. Breathe out, breathe in. Little lift and lower. Now as you lift up, I want you to maintain control through those lower abdominals and make sure that you're not putting any additional pressure on that lower back. If this gets into your back, try to take it a little bit lower, or at any time stop and take a quick break by hugging your knees into your chest. There's 4 more here. Keep the arms nice and long and the rib cage closed. On this next one, I want you to hold it up at the top and take 10 small subtle pulses. Little breathe out, 10, exhale up. Now it's a nice little lower and lift here, about an inch. You've got 5 more pulses. Try to keep the hips nice and steady. Good, last one, hold it here. Your left heel, peel it and lower it. Little peel, press it away. Lift and press. So you want to really feel like you're pushing your heel in towards the mat and your hip bones don't budge. They stay nice and still. Feel free to tap your hips just to double check they're nice and stable. 3 more here. On your last one, we hold it up. Now keep the hip bones nice and steady and then lower halfway down to the mat. Exhale, come all the way up. It's up to you if you want to keep your hands by your hips or if you want support, keep them on the mat, whatever you're comfortable with. You don't want to tap the floor for this one. You want to feel like you're lowering or falling to the mat and you change your mind and you come all the way back up. Knees are still tracking forward. Let's go for 3 more on this side. 3 more and lift. 2 more. Keep the tummy nice and strong to support that back. Hold it up here. Freeze. Push your right heel into the mat just for extra support. Float your left leg up to tabletop. Stretch it to the ceiling. Flex your foot. We lower down in alignment with the right knee. Point to come up, toe to the ceiling. You can keep your knee bent as well if that's more comfortable. Whatever works for your body. Good. Let's go for 3 here. Down and up. 2 more. Last one. Hold it up. Now I want you to pulse through your supporting leg just for 10, 9, 8, 7. Try to maintain that height. Stretch that toe to the ceiling. Last 2. And 1, lower tabletop, press your toe to the mat, lift your hips up high, lower your heel, and lower down to the mat. If you need to, take a little release and rock those knees in towards your chest. Feel free to rock from side to side if you like. Let's even ourselves up and go to the other side. Both feet start hip distance, hands are nice and long on the mat. Roll those shoulders away from those ears. Then take those little lift and lowers just of the pelvis. Take it straight up and down. Lift and lower. Let's go for 5 here. Make sure those hip bones are steady to the ceiling. Don't favor one glute over the other. Stay nice and controlled. Hold this next one up. 10 nice subtle pulses at the top. Breathe out, pulse 10. Exhale up. Little tiny lift. Abdominals working nice and strong. 3 more pulses and we keep those hips nice and still. Hold it up, heel lifts and lowers. Here we go, breathe out, lift and lower. Now the most challenging part of this exercise is to keep those hips nice and high and still as that heel lifts and lowers. You've got 4 more here. All toes are pressing into the mat. 2 more. Hold it up. You know what's coming. We're dropping halfway down. Lower towards the mat. Change your mind. Come straight back up. Lower down. And up. Those glutes should really start to fire up about now. Remember, at any time, if this is too much, you're welcome to pop that heel down. Let's go for 3 more. And lift. No rib cage showing off towards the ceiling. This is your last one. Hold it at the top. Press that left heel to the mat. Float the right leg to tabletop. Stretch to the ceiling. Flex that foot. We've got 5 lowers. Now just make sure you're lowering down in alignment with your supporting knee. Let's not take it too far to the floor. Just over the hip, not kicking towards your nose. Last one. Hold it up here. Pulse through that supporting leg 10 times. It'll lift up and up. Breathe. Good, there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower through tabletop. Heel stays up, hips go up, heel lowers down, melt into that mat. Great job. Let's rock yourself up and turn to your 4-point kneeling position. Let's continue with that glute burn. I want you to press up and out of that mat. Shoulder girdle is stable, lats are on and sliding towards your glutes. I want you to soften your elbows slightly and take your knees about hip distance apart. Your right leg, stretch it behind you long. You can relax the foot, don't worry too much about pointing it. As you lift through that upper body, lengthen through the back of your head, switch those abdominals on strong, and start to lift and lower that right leg. Lift and tap. All right, guys, just make sure that your fingertips are pressing open nice and long away from that mat. So no curling as you're starting to feel any tension. If at any time you're feeling this in your back, it might feel a little bit more comfortable if you come down towards your elbows. Little lift and lower. Let's go for 4 more. Up to you with the upper body. 3, 2, hold it up here. Take a nice big circle. Down, around, and up. Nice and slow and controlled. As you take these circles, you want to try to keep your pelvis as still as possible. And try not to lift that leg too high. You want to only go towards your hip height. You don't want to jam into that lower back. And reverse. Cross your body, lift it up. Nice big circle. As you fatigue, think length away from your mat. No sinking towards the floor. 2 more. Last one. Finish at the top here. Flex your foot. Let's take a little hamstring curl. Your knee stays nice and high for this one. Think about being completely still, just hinging from your knee. There's 4 more here. Lengthen it long. 3, 2. Hold it in here. Little tiny press to the ceiling. Down and up. Down and up. Good. 90-degree angle if possible with that working leg. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee comes in. Slide it towards your opposite knee, then press the ceiling away from your body. Slide it in. Press it up. Good. We're starting to feel this in both the working and the supporting glute. 4 more here. 3 more. All right, in 2, I want you to keep it nice and high for me, and then slowly stretch that leg out. Stretch it out, flex the foot, toe comes to your mat. Breathe in, double check that core is active and strong, and step both legs back for your plank. I want you to take what looks like a downward facing dog, but your heels stay nice and high, the hips come up. Heels go higher. Then think about stretching your spine as you ripple and roll forward through to a plank. Shoulders over wrists. Let's go again. Exhale, lift, heels stay up. Heels go higher. Scoop the tummy and roll it away from your thighs as you come down towards your plank. Let's go for 2 more. Stretch. Heels stay high and higher as you come lifting through those hips. Roll your body forward for that plank. Your last one, let's make it your best. We can do it. Lift it up. Heels lift higher. Pull the tummy in and up away from the floor As you find your plank and hold it here just for 10 seconds. Make sure the creases of your elbows are facing inwards towards each other. Hold for 5, 4, keep breathing, and 1, knees down. Quick respite, stretch it out, big deep breath. And let's lengthen long back to your downward facing dog. Shake it out, roll your wrists if you need to, otherwise we're going straight to the other leg to even us up. Your left leg bake. Now, nice and long, don't worry too much about pointing that toe. Keep it relaxed if you like. Switch the core on and lift and lower, up and down. Now remember, make sure you're not taking the leg too high. We want absolutely no stress on that lower back here. 4 more. Keep the lower abdominals nice and steady, pulling in towards that lower back. Last one. Hold it up. Those big circles, here we go. Out, around, and up. Now it's really tough to keep the rest of your body still as you're taking a really big circle. Think about drawing around the tire of a truck. Last one. And cross the midline, opposite direction, lift. And lift. You want the emphasis all the way up and start to lower. Good. 2 more. Last one. Hold it up. Let's flex that foot, little hamstring curl. Squeeze it in and lengthen long. Let's double check that that energy is pressing up and out of that mat. We're not lowering our body towards the floor. There's 2. Last one, hold it up. Those small little pulses. Little lift. Good job, guys. We're doing really well. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. I feel that burn. Knee comes in towards each other. Slide them in. Press it away. Slide. Sealing away. As you're moving through that left leg, make sure nothing else moves in the body. The torso is completely still. There's 3 more here. 2. You know what's coming. Hold this next one up. Stretch the leg long. Keep the foot flexed. Take that plank. Pull the tummy in. Both legs are back now. Here we go. We're finishing strong. Hips up. Heels higher. Ripple roll. Round the spine. Tuck the chin. Looking towards those thumbs. Reset. Let's go. Hips up. Heels higher. Scoop the tummy. Ripple roll, 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 roll. And lengthen. We have 2 more. Really push those bottoms up towards the ceiling. Peel the heels nice and high and ripple through that tummy. Stretch the spine. Activate the abs to hold that plank. Last one. All right, guys, hold that plank nice and still. You've got 10 seconds. Make sure that your hips are in alignment with those shoulders. You don't want to lower towards the mat. You don't want to be up too high. Keep everything nice and centered. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Knees down, stretch it out. Take a big deep breath. And coming all the way up. That concludes that short, sweet burn through your lower body. I hope you feel it as much as I did.